of how they learn into the hands of students.
And 23 ABC's Alyssa Flores takes us inside one unconventional classroom where comfort is key.
Welcome to Mr. King's class.
Jimmy, that looks good.
Pull up a chair or a stool or a pillow.
Ethan, how we doing?
Grab a seat on the carpet or the couch or a beanbag chair.
That looks good, Riley.
Because in this eclectic classroom, there's a spot where everyone can feel comfortable.
Best guesses. That's what the textbooks have changed. The work has changed. The different learning styles, the way we do things has definitely changed. The technology has changed, but our desk and chair hasn't really changed.
Earlier this school year, Josh King was inspired to turn away from tradition and make his 6th grade classroom a more inviting environment for his students.
I find what works, what doesn't work, and I think that's all about being flexible.
So he set out to do it through flexible seating.
They want to be up, they want to be moving around, they don't want to just be sitting in one spot for hours on end.
Following the examples of teachers all over the country, ditching the desks. Research showing that when students choose the type of seat they learn in, they stay more engaged.
When I'm at a desk, it's really uncomfortable and hard for me to get comfortable. And it's just not easy for me to focus.
To get an idea of how to get his students in their best element, Mr. King asked his 6th graders to imagine how they get their homework done at home.
And a lot of them said, I work on the floor, I work on my bed, or I work on the couch.
So he took to the classroom funding website Donors Choose, and thanks in part to a donation from Chevron's Fuel Your School program, Mr. King was able to roll out new seating options in his classroom to meet his students' very different needs.
Oh my goodness.
Some higher, some lower, comfier, roomier.
I knew it was going to be different.
Now Kayla has a better view.
I can see better to the front, and I can focus more on what I'm learning.
Giving Lexi more room.
I just have more room to be comfortable.
And giving Jimmy,
that is his area,
the freedom to not have to sit still. Mr. King says though he initially questioned whether some students were doing more lounging than learning.
I took a step back and I realized he's still doing exactly what he needs to be doing. He's reading, he's working on his Chromebook, he's following directions, but he might be on his back or he might be on his stomach, but he's getting his work done and he's still learning. He's not a distraction, and I think that's been pretty cool to see because it's very different. You don't see that at a lot of classes.
The seating trend in education has promised better engagement.
It's complete sentences.
And this teacher and his students will tell you it's working.
It helps you get to know yourself and where you're most comfortable learning.
More willing to have a better attitude towards it, and I think that's what's made a huge difference. Their attitude has changed. It's starting to become the same kids in the same spots because they found where they learn the best or where they're the most comfortable.
The new seating syncing up classmates, allowing students to find friends that learn just like them.
Pretty amazing to see, especially when they are doing group assignments or even brainstorming or talking about their projects, and they were helping each other. They were showing examples and guiding each other, and I think that's really cool that within the group they're able to help the people that are with them that are kind of learning like them.
The setup so successful, Mr. King is looking to add in even more variety, recently receiving another donation from Google, a company famous for their unconventional office setup.
It's just different, and it's okay to be different.
Different, proving to make the grade in this classroom.
I want this to be a place that they want to come to. If I can motivate them and I can encourage them the best I can, and this is just one way of doing it, then I will.
For 23 ABC News, I'm Alyssa Flores.
I am absolutely fascinated by this. Doing our school readings that we go out to and go out in the community, I've seen kids in different classrooms bouncing on balls or sitting in a comfy chair. And I ask these questions. I'm like, is this actually a good thing or are they distracted?
Well, it seems like it is, and they're still getting their work done. And then you think about the Googles and the big companies in the world. They're doing a lot of that in the professional world.
In the office setting,
Kind of start early.
Very interesting. All right, well, moving on, school is nearly out this summer, and in order to keep kids at their best, Adventist Health is hosting an immunization fair for children. The event is offering vaccinations on